Cecil was just showing this to me before the.
So
this is.
I'm going to put this up on the screen.
Oh my God,
guys! This is what was behind Mike Lindell and General Flynn. At least that's according to Patriot Takes, and I didn't follow up to see if this was. I didn't look shopped. Certainly looked like a real photo of them standing in front of this crazy thing. And so I maybe I should take a look, Tom. I'm going to do this really quick. I'm going to put us back on side by side. I do want to take a look just to make sure that this is confirmed a thing, because it looks like, I mean, it comes from Twitter, and I'm seeing these I'm seeing these things.
The Always Sunny clip is great.
And it very much, I mean, like it very much looks like it's right behind them. It doesn't look like it's photoshopped in there. And it was also in The Independent. So
was it?
Yeah. So this,
I would.
So
okay.
this comes from The Independent. So it is. I think it's this photos are being shared on social media of former Trump National Security Advisor Mike Flynn and MyPillow CEO. God, we live in a time when a MyPillow CEO is saying stuff. Mike Lindell posing with others in front of a whiteboard filled with arrows and names. The board igniting conspiracy theories among right-wingers and confusion and alarm among others, highlights biblical quotes and names connected to the former President Donald Trump, whose image is in the middle of the whiteboard. And so that was reported in the Independent, and they have a picture of this tweet. And so let's show you the tweet.
It's so crazy.
I'll put it back up. So this is the tweet. Ted Lieu, actually, Representative Ted Lieu posted this, and so and he's retweeting Patriot Takes, which is where we got it from. And then Charlie Sykes also says not a parody. A couple other people, but I'm going to show you what it looks like so we can zoom in on it and actually take a look at what is on this thing, because I don't really know. I can barely read it, so I'm going to zoom in a little.
And
so
just the arrows just
we can look together.
So what this looks like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with hypergraphia. Hypergraphia is a symptom of a number of different mental illnesses that's characterized by an intense desire to write and typically to draw these sort of like. I'm going to use the wrong word, but these spurious connections between disconnected things, right?
Okay, sure.
It is a specific it's a specific symptom of a number of different mental illnesses called hyper. It looks, very much what that I've seen people that I've been close to that have had hypergraphia. This looks visually similar, right?
Yeah.
It really does. What do the arrows mean?
So the arrows are all pointing. Jesus is king is the big one. Look at this one. Jesus is king, and it points right to either Bollinger or Trump, and I'm not sure which one.
But I just
does it get cut off by Bollinger here?
Why would you write in like?
Here's OAN up there. Do you see this?
Yeah, some of this is a collage.
It really is.
That's the other thing, guys.
Like,
some of this is a collage.
It's very much what you might have put on your room wall when you were a tween.
But yeah. This is Tiger Beat, man.
Of all your Justin Bieber photos.
Right. All right, my pictures of Alyssa Milano on my wall, right? Like,
God, it's terrifying.
So
You
weird.
know, when you see this and you see someone who's clearly talking to people in the halls of power.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's got the ear of the former president. He's talking to people who were in the administration. He's constantly on TV whenever he wants to be.
Yep.
I get a little anxiety.
Terrified.
When I see it. I'm like,
you should be.
This is a guy who's got the ear of a lot of people. And
okay. Wait, keep it right there for a second, because I got to pause. Do you think that the names that are closest to Trump are the people closest to Trump? Because if that's the case, I see Rudy Giuliani real close.
Yeah.
I see Ivanka real close.
I see
right Paula real close.
Pillow guy.
My Pillow guy, right?
My Pillow guy.
So as I'm understanding this, if I'm understanding this, and I'm trying not to because I don't want my brain to break permanently, the further out you go, maybe the further disconnected people are. But Frank Amedia is right there, Cecil.
Oh.
Do you see him?
Yeah.
Do you see him? He's closer than Tiffany Trump, by the way. Just want to point that out.
So
Frank Amedia's been on our show. Isn't he the guy who had an ant?
He had an ant
he
named
squished
Yakov.
it with his thumb.
The ant.
And then he resurrected it and pieced it back together.
He resurrected the ant. He prayed with the Holy Spirit and resurrected the ant.
I can't
Yeah.
live in this
Yeah.
world
There's
anymore.
more to this. It goes down here, and it's crazier down here too.
What is all this?
Project Veritas, we see just a bunch of names.
Just
It's
so
all
many names. Why would you just
Sean
make a list of
Spicer, Lou
names?
Dobbs, Alan Keyes, Attorney General Bill Barr, Donald Trump Jr.'s over here. Doesn't even have a photo.
Yeah, no, this is not a well mind making this list. Because Cecil, what could you do with this list? It's mostly just a list of names.
What does it even mean? Like, I genuinely can't.
You-
okay,
that-
what's on the outside? Because is that going to
A
explain
lot of that's
anything?
names too.
So these are all starred names.
And they're in a different color. So sometimes
Yeah.
with this hypergraphia, colors can symbolize different things, right? So somebody just wrote COVID doctor, Sam Sorbo, Kevin Sorbo. So, okay. So then there's lists where like some arrows point to other arrows. Some arrows point to other names.
This is terrifying.
What is happening?
Hey, Ted Cruz is really far away. Look where Ted is.
Where?
Is this Ted Cruz or is that Tito
That's
Cruz?
Ted Cruz.
It's hard to read. It's really
I think
small.
that's Ted.
It looks like Ted. It doesn't look like Tito. So yeah.
Holy fuck.
So yeah, but there is a prayer on the corner of
There's also
here.
Revelations up top.
Revelations 3:7, and then Jesus is king with a little crown.
Constant communication with God is, what does it say? Constant communication with God is something.
Where are you looking?
It's in green by 16 right there.
Constant communication.
with God is.
What the fuck is this, man?
The-
I feel
Joe
like
Rogan is on the right.
what's that?
Joe Rogan is on the right.
Oh my God! Of course, this is not the
Literally.
right. This is not the way well people write.
Yeah.
Because these connections, you couldn't act on any of this. If you just wanted to make a list of like people that support you, you would make a list on a spreadsheet. You could sort it. You could move it. You could connect them to different organizations.
yeah.
This
This
is not a well mind.
This feels like what was written on the walls in Seven.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
Yeah.
it feels like a nutcase, like someone who's like genuinely someone who is not
Yeah.
well is writing. And it's
Yeah.
funny because like
You could-
there's a part of me that doesn't want to. I don't want to hold back on this guy because he's sowing disinformation, right? So he's constantly sowing disinformation, and so I don't want to hold back on that guy
Right.
to stop him from doing it. And I want to be able to point out how dumb the things he says are. But there's also like, is he well?
Yeah, well, but the thing is that we're this crazy place though, where in America, one, if you've got enough money and you're not a woman, you can be very, very unwell and still keep your megaphone, and we've seen that a number of times. We've seen that so many times, and that's distressing,
Yeah.
right? That's really distressing because that means that people aren't stepping in and there's no system to help these people out.
Right.
You know, but also we're at a place, Cecil, where crazy, like we talked about on the show last week, crazy isn't disqualifying, or QAnon wouldn't be a thing.
Some people had said that is this true that he was like a meth person or a crack person before? Do we know if that's true? Because I saw that written somewhere today.
Lance Walnew's on there.
Well,
Cat Care, Lance Walnew.
alleged.
Is it alleged? It's only alleged. I don't want to say it if it's not
well,
true.
I don't know. It
I don't know
might
if it's
be
true or not.
true. I think that's the whole idea of his turn to faith.
This is
that
a laundry list of the craziest fucking people. What? Ann Vandersteel is on here. These are people that are a fucking farce. They're so absurd. They make our show when we don't have substantive stories to cover.
somebody made a good comment that these are good people to investigate. It's a whole list. Although
I
a lot
wonder
of people
how
in the
many
chat are
names are
saying
on that
it's-
list.
Yeah, a lot of people in the chat are saying it's a troll, that they think that it's intentionally sent
Oh.
out to troll us.
Interesting. That's interesting.
but to what purpose?
Yeah. Well, to what purpose? What
So
does that
now I think
serve?
you're dumb. I already thought you were a fucking idiot.
I think you're nuts. So I don't think you're well. Is that what the point would be? And
Yeah,
why?
I don't
and,
think
and,
it's the
well, and the
point,
other
yeah.
thing too is like, who would spend this much time on this?
Yeah.
because that's not 10 minutes.
Why would I troll you to make myself appear like an asshole and then never tip my hand to it, right? Like I get it if you're like, blamed you for that thing and I'm like, I never did it in the first place. I set a trap. That would make sense.
Yeah.
But how does trolling work if you're like, well, you all thought I was an asshole
Well, and that's what
and then I look like an
That's
asshole?
what all that stuff is when people pretend to be far right and then you call them on it, and then they're saying, "What? It's just satire, man. Hey, bro,
Yeah,
it's
right,
just
right,
satire."
right.
And like you're the one who looks like an asshole. You're like, if you are doing far right stuff, and no one can tell that it's satirist, right? If
Right.
there's a satire to it, no one can
Yeah,
tell
right.
that it's a joke. Then you're doing far right stuff.
Yeah.
If it's not an obvious
Yeah,
joke,
right. Yeah.
then it's not. You're
If you never deliver the punchline, then it wasn't a joke.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
If you never deliver, like, hey, if this is a gotcha moment, you've got to do the getting.
where's
of
the
me.
gotcha? I don't get it.
Yeah.
And also, like, you did this to yourself. How long did you spend writing that? if that's
Holy
the
shit,
case?
I know. Oh, I bet I can make them think I'm crazy.
And-
Motherfucker, we already thought you were dumb. This doesn't help.
There's a meme from a while back, and gosh, I wish I could find it. I want to say it uses the word retarded though, so it's like one of those
Yeah,
like
right.
questionable. But back in the day, it wasn't as questionable
Right.
as it would be today. But it was something like that, where the person said he was basically making a face or being stupid, and they said, "Wow, look at that idiot over there," and he says, "Joke's on them. I'm only pretending to be an idiot." And it's that
Right,
whole
right,
idea of like, well, if nobody knows you were pretending to be an idiot, they just think you're an idiot.
Yeah. If you do humiliating things, you're like, aha, I meant to be humiliated. Like, well, okay.
All right.
I don't know how I lose in this
Yeah,
equation.
exactly. So maybe
I don't get it.
There's a possibility. I'm not discounting it, but I'm also saying, okay, you did it, but now where's the gotcha? Because it genuinely, like, here's the thing. You've never said anything that made sense up till now anyway.
Right.
So this makes just as much sense as all the rest of your accusations. I mean, I saw a clip of him today saying Trump is going to be reinstated on the 15th of August or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll hold my fucking
and then
breath.
another person was saying, yeah, but he never said the year. So
Yeah, you know what? If it happens on August 15th, though,
yeah. I don't know what the joke is. Like, I don't get it. If it's a troll, it's a troll. Okay, but I don't get it.
I don't understand it
Yeah,
at all.
that's fine, and I don't mind. Whatever.
Let's to fire up the libs.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't fire me up. It just makes my heart palpitate.
The Epic Times is on there.
Yeah, it's
Again,
crazy.
I what are you cutting things out of a fucking magazine for?
Yeah, man.
That it just
Like, in here, if you look close enough, you could find all the people he's killed.
this is like what you would expect to find if like as like a weird shrine if he was like murdering people in a bad movie.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, the Seven.
right.
Seven or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah,
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 like, where
yeah,
you
yeah,
see
yeah,
it on the
yeah.
wall and
Right.
you're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, this is your
Yeah.
murder shrine,
This is
weirdo.
nutty. It's crazy.
Bill Barr's on there.
And that's funny too, because I thought the president was pissed off at Bill Barr. So it's funny that some people are on here
Yeah.
and the president has disavowed them and moved away. The ex-president has moved away from them. So.
It all comes back to Trump if you write their name down and put an arrow.
It all rolls uphill.
Look how it all comes together.
I'm going to close this window because it's making me crazy. All right.